Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first visit, thank you very much. Today I'd like to share with everyone some information from Archangel Michael, particularly some background information, and then one exercise for everyone to try to connect with your spirit guides using star codes. So I'd like to begin sharing with you what I've heard from the Archangel. So as a little background, Michael said, well, first of all, for clarity, spirit guides are souls that have lived on the earth plane and are connected to you by love for many lifetimes. So, many times when I do my private sessions, someone will ask Michael who their spirit guides are, and a name or description might pop up, and it's not from this incarnation, and it could be surprising. But that's, again, because the spirit guides can be from any lifetime, and it's quite fascinating, I think, it is to me anyway, how they operate. And I think I'll do a video just on spirit guides. But right now, let's move on to helping you connect with them and continue with the channeled guidance, and that is, never mind what you read in textbooks, never mind what you read for others. Try and present yourself fresh to this information. There are many methods in which to open channels. Some are energetic and some are earthbound. Some methods involve sound. Some tips or methods involve crystals and gems. Some methods include using the earth and sky as a painting canvas. In other words, there is not one way and one way only which works for everyone. There is no magic elixir. I would like to state that comparing oneself to another is of no use. Therefore, immediately retire yourself into this position by stating, I am unique, I am wonderful, I am that I am that I am. Certainly, he goes on to say, emotions like stress, fear, and sadness can interfere with telepathy, as do overheightened emotions such as euphoria. Although, he says, who wouldn't like an overdose of euphoria? Although automatic writing is often taught as a means to begin communication, as it is widely known, he doesn't want to describe it, here. Because this is the Aquarian age, the crystalline age, the use of harmonic star codes to help open channels will be explored, and that's a kind of brief exercise we're going to share with everyone in just a minute. He goes on to say, I'm so devoted to each of you for showing up and working to reclaim this part of yourselves. Never in history has time been readier for total oneness. Congratulate yourselves for every step that you take and have taken in this direction. As some of you are more tactile learners, in my next video we're going to go over another means to connect with your guides and using that method. He goes on to say, it is not as I see it that important when connecting with archangels as prescribed by decks and other learned methods to know which angel to invoke, by the way, for a particular deed. Generally, the larger the angel, the larger the power. An idea exists that you may evoke me and you may invoke Raphael, or you may choose to invoke the small angels or the seraphim, but we all work together. And he goes into, more of a description about this in my first book, Into the White Light, The Revelations of Archangel Michael. So he goes, lastly, before moving on to the exercise I'm going to present today, maybe it's new to you, maybe it's a reminder, but to me it's kind of very old spiritual teaching that codes were planted into the human genome or gene system over 1 million or so years ago, in part to manipulate the emotion of love. So he says, right now it's not my purpose in these teachings to go into detail about this matter, but the higher the vibration, the easier generally things are to perceive, right? The light enters more easily in a light room is another phrase the Archangel has used with clients for many years now. So what we're going to present today is a harmonic star code lesson to help you connect with your spirit guides. And again, if you're not familiar with them, there are other uploads on my channel you can watch if you like. I'll do a little repeat here about what they are for you as well. So harmonic codes are a way that every man, woman, and child can heal and expand, and they are a highly charged form of light language using numbers, colors, and letters, especially in this teaching. So for some, the use of star codes will enliven you and open up channels. I advise you working with one code at a time for 4 or 5 days before making it to another code. So today, I'm only going to be, this lesson has 3 codes in it from Michael. These star codes are frequencies to connect with your spirit guides who are largely on one-dimensional or vibrational plane or matrix. Another set of codes to connect with the ranking and phylum of angels. So if you have a pen and paper, you want to write them down, or of course I have them in the description box below. The 3 codes to help you connect as a starter would be, they're all numbers, by the way, and you would just write them left to right. If you're listening in another language, and then obviously they're written in your language. So the first code is, these are all numbers. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 1. The next one is 8, 8, 8, 8, 2. And the third code is 8, 8, 8, 8, 5. These codes can vibrate across planes of light and land at the feet of your spirit guides. How cool is that? This is an oversimplified visual, Michael says, but one to imagine. Nevertheless, you see, to some degree, some will argue that being creative or left-brain individual, as it's termed, makes connecting easier, and to a certain point, I might agree. However, God, mind creator, is you. It is every one of you. So I'm hoping that you will work with these codes. You may find it helpful to keep a journal or diary of your efforts, tracking progress to reflect upon this later as a tool. And another thing before I guess I'll close this up, and that is another significant way to elevate your home space is through the use of ascended spaces. It's another kind of example of using ascension energies that are Pleiadian-based, by the way, to help raise the vibration in our living spaces. So if you're not familiar with that, you might want to think about becoming familiar either through my website, or I believe I have an upload or 2 here, and then get started on these codes. And if you've worked with them a little bit, you don't have to feel anything. Some people don't. Some people feel them quite a lot. And if you make those connections with your spirit guides, let me hear from you in the comments below. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.